Hi there, by any chance are you an edgy teen who supposedly listens to Nirvana but only wears the merch cause it's cool and tell your loving mother to fuck off because you don't want to go get the groceries even though deep down you know that she wishes your dad had pulled out? Well, look no further because I have found the most perfect anime for you, and an anime that fits you so well that it'll make you cream your pants. It is Tokyo Ghoul. Well, in today's video, we're more specifically going to be talking about the anime and not the manga, since the manga didn't end up making you feel like you wasted a good chunk of your life where you could have spent time just watching Bob Ross videos. Alright, so if you haven't seen Tokyo Ghoul, the basic premise of it is that there's a world where there's humans obviously, and there's something called ghouls who live among humans, and their appearance is completely the same, but the only difference is that they need to eat humans to survive. Which then comes in the main character, who is Kaneki, which is the bridge between the two quote-unquote worlds, since the dipshit went on a date with a four-eyed woman who was quite literally thirsty for his ass, which apparently Kaneki just happened to go on a date with one of the strongest ghouls alive, like just his fucking luck, until she dies, and he is also badly hurt to the point where the doctors have to use her organs on him since he has more of a chance of surviving than she does, and then boom, he is a half ghoul. Like, one way or another, he was gonna become a ghoul. Like, he's the main character, it's a world about ghouls, how the fuck are you not gonna make him a ghoul? And now, since he's not the only one that was thirsty for that chick, he is now thirsty for anything that moves. Alright, so since Tokyo Ghoul had about 4 seasons or so, it would make only sense to go from one by one, even though I had done such a good job on erasing what the fuck happened in season 3 and season 4 that I just basically am just punishing myself at this point. So season 1 was actually pretty good for what it was. Like, it is the one season that everyone can agree that was really good, and I've also never seen a show or anime before anything like Tokyo Ghoul, and at that time I also thought it was pretty edgy, which it ended up just fueling my prepubescent emo-ness even more. Like, I have nothing bad to say about the season other than Kaneki being a whole ass bitch throughout the season, like on being a half ghoul. Like, the dude was crying all the time, and I thought this was like where My Hero Academia got the idea for making Deku cry all the time. Like, I don't get why the MCs are straight water fountains. Like, look at Itadori from Jujutsu Kaisen. Dude's grandpa died, and then 5 minutes later he was fucking about like it was nothing. But I don't think it's also either or healthy for a person, but you know, still. Also, it is where the fucking popular ass opening came from, which was season 1, and I swear to God, I've heard it so many times now that it makes me want to bash my speakers till they turn to dust. And it's not a bad song or anything, but overrated as fuck. On to season 2, which was fine. Like, it was nothing great, but it wasn't bad either from what I can remember. I think my main issue with that season that it was fucking filler. Like, how are you gonna have a season of just filler like that for a series that is so popular? I'm looking at you, Promise Neverland. Like, I get it when shows like Boruto, Bleach, Naruto have so many fillers since they need the manga cut to get ahead of the anime for the manga, but why the fuck do seasonal animes have like season fillers, or even just the first episode of the season fillers? Like, fucking hell, with My Hero Academia does this legit every season. Everyone knows that the first episode of the season is gonna be a filler, and where they introduce everyone from the start, like every fucking person. Like, I do not need to be reminded that Deku was a quirkless whore and that got a hand-me-down and is now all-powerful. It's as if they don't trust the viewers to remember things from a show. Like, I would understand if it was a specific plot point, but come on, like, I don't need to remind that these little shits have powers and what their powers are. Now on to the train wreck, in my opinion, that was Tokyo Ghoul Re. The story itself was, I guess, cool, but only they hadn't rushed the entire fucking ending. Like, I get it, with animes they only have one season with maybe 12 or so episodes, but this is Tokyo Ghoul. Like, you should be able to somehow make it work. Like, I remember it being hella popular back then when it was airing. Even now people are still raving about it, but not the anime. The thing was actually good was the manga, obviously. You'll have somehow come across someone in the anime community saying that the manga is better, and usually I disregard it since I'm not a big avid manga reader, but for once I can 100% agree that the manga was better by a fucking mile. Like, if you haven't watched Tokyo Ghoul yet, I would recommend just watching season 1 and then read the rest. Like, if this was an anime original, then it's good for what it was, but then when you take into account what the manga is, then that completely changes everything. For me, Tokyo Ghoul Re is one of the most lowest rated animes on my list, just because I didn't think it was good, but obviously that's just my opinion. Someone else might have loved it, or whatever was going on in those 2 seasons of Tokyo Ghoul Re, but I just didn't like it. I might really just have to rewatch it again if I would end up sticking to what I'm saying, or I might even say it's more trash than I think it is right now. I would say it's like half trash, so it's, if that makes sense, just because season 1 was good. But other than that, just trash for me. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Peace.